Hiyo, this is Linking Yellow, and welcome to day 4 of my Let's Create a New Type of Gel for Portal 2. It's a little bit longer of a name than usual, but I mean, I'm just going to call it the same thing in the actual title. Just, anyway, it's a bit too much on that tangent. Let's get started with where we left off. Pretty much what we had done last time is we got it so that finally, when the gel comes down, at least in bomb form, I was trying to zoom in, I don't know what I was thinking. But at least when it comes down in bomb form and it hits the ground, even when it goes through a portal, it it works. I am still very happy about that. Alright, so let's delete that. Let's just delete a few unnecessary things. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, no. I could see some uses for that. I could see some uses for that. Alright, what else? Okay, need the portal gun. Don't need the portal gun. Um, I'm still going to keep some of the other random test stuff. Don't need that. And let's pop these bubbles a bit because those are definitely no longer necessary. So I am for now keeping the decals the same size as they currently are for the gel splats. I may change that later because they are kind of big. But I think for now I'm just going to leave them as they are. And let's see, also need to find out how big it actually is. Um, that's going to be a little bit difficult to actually figure out. So I think what's fair is to just create something and just put the decal on it. Yeah, I know. I'll take this button here, lift it up by maybe uh, 32 by 32. Yeah, why not? Uh, Control M. Alt M. No, that's not doing it. Control. I was pretty sure that was supposed to. Control M. Control M. N. No. Okay. I must not be remembering the key. I thought it was Control M that you could use to like slide it up by a certain amount. Anyway, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Um, Transform Control M. Not sure why that wasn't working, but this is working, so that's fine. So I'm just going to put this by 64 and just going to create a brush for that. Make that a good size, I think. So with the center being, yeah, right where the button is. Let's make this 128 by 128. Of course, then again, that's not the center anymore. Not important. Oh, that's 128. Just need to fix that. 128 by 128. There we go. Now the center is going to be a little bit difficult to find. There we go. That's a good method. That looks right. Okay. 64 is probably a little bit too tall actually. So let's change that to 32. Can probably jump up 32. Okay, Control M. That's right. For some reason, Control M is not working right now. Let's transform. Move negative 32. That's not 32. There we go. All right, and I'm pretty sure that it will cover more than the floor of there, which will be good to know for sure. All right, so I'll see you in game. Okay, so it's still loading. Okay, now. So on here, absolutely the whole thing. Let's try 256 by 256. That sounds a little bit better, and that would actually make a little bit sense based on some other stuff I did. I'll be right back, and I am back. So let's try this much larger. Okay. So it is 256 by 256. That is abnormally large. Also, another thing I want to do is on this script right here, because what's going on here is it's just doing decal after decal after decal after decal, which is very inefficient. I want to clear that up. I might Might not do that during these videos. I might do that actually in between videos, but it shouldn't be too difficult to add. Just a little if statement. You know, if find by name nearest, you know, or find by class name nearest, or within is equal to null, then do all the logic that the splat actually does. Alright, so which yeah, should be pretty easy. You know, because otherwise, if it does detect it, then I won't place it again, which is very good, because then we won't have what we have here, which is a ton of decals just over in the same spot, which is a little unnecessary. Okay, so this is actually way too large, I do think. So let me try to make it smaller just a bit, I think. Alright. So it should be in this VTF edit. This right here, I just added. This was the defaults from an example. So let me just change this to 128 and 128. It was by default going to 256. So hopefully that will change the width and height, but I don't know if it's going to, because I have not tested this before, and it was kind of in an obscure type of area. It was on the developer place, developer site. I don't remember the name of it. Just that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Oh. But it does work that way. That's good. That's very good to know. Although this seems a little too small. Let's see about how this looks. Yeah, that does feel quite a bit too small, I think. Why is that going right there? Is it like trying to stay away? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, because the portal funneling. Wow. That is quite a bit of portal funneling that allows there. Alright, so that's quite fun to play with, but this is too small, I think. 128 is a bit too small. It's very controllable if it's 128, so that might be a good idea. No, but then it's also really hard to actually splash around, because, you know, if you're trying to get it to a next spot right next to it, then you are dealing with the fact that it's trying to funnel back in. And I do want it to funnel in just because you know, portal funneling is pretty useful. Of course, then again, that could also be a parameter set. I want to try to avoid parameters, actually, just so that it can go inside other maps, so like you can layer in instances. Alright, so let's change this. 128 plus 64. I don't exactly remember what that is right now. This is not the right place. That was something I was trying just for the fun of it. It was not working, unfortunately. Alright, so 128 plus 64, that's going to be 132, and then plus 60 is 192. Sounds right. Let's do that for here, 192. And now I absolutely know that that is going to work. I just don't know if it's going to look good. Alright, and I suppose there's no real reason to just not do the flat 200, but I'm just going to do and still a type of powers of 2s, just in case there's something I'm missing that's important with powers of 2s. I've noticed that way too often. So that is looking pretty good. That looks actually really natural. Okay, it looks a little low res, I think. Well, let's see how this goes for trying to spread it. You know, just practicability. Yeah, so here you can still place it right next to the spot without having to worry about it trying to funnel back. I said that a little too early. Anyway, so okay, I thought I had a output going there. That's very cool. Very cool. All right, so that It's pretty exciting. Let's get started on some of the logic now. All right, back into coding. All right, so I can hear, except this time we're going to make a new function that will be called, first of all, by the button, and also potentially by each of what are these these fellows. Can this have? Yes, it can. It can have an entity script. Let me just add the entity script and right. That's forgot for a second where it was. Of course, it's not in SDK content. It is in scripts, vscripts. Um, then that's actually not vscripts. I was wondering why it didn't look familiar. All right, I don't have anything. Okay, it's in custom somewhere. Then linking yellow gel. Yay, got it. Okay. And of course, any button that is going to be able to call it will, of course, need that. Uh, what's it called? The script. So I do think it'd be really neat to create a function in the script that's called by Logic Auto that just adds the script to every button. I think that'd be really cool. But I'm not going to try that yet. I'm going to try that a bit later. All right. So this is going to be the button, pretty much the one that's not on the pedestal and the one that is just randomly on the floor. So I can just randomly plop down little splats just on the floor. Okay. So now that I have that taken care of, let me actually name the button something. Because like what I'm thinking now for logic is that the name isn't really going to really be all that useful, but from what I was thinking with some stuff earlier, it was extremely useful. So I'm just going to name it just in case I go back to that old method that I was thinking in my head. Alright, so I'm going to call this button 2. I think that's fair. Button 2. Okay. And so now everything that needs to will have a script. So I think this might use a couple of different functions. Let's start off with one though. Function, and then let's say um, okay, output given. You know what? Let's start off with 2. Um, and I can get rid of 1 if I need to. I'm pretty sure that I will need 2 though. Pretty sure. Function for the second one, and that's not how you spell function. All right, function output spread. Okay, and then same thing here. Tab those forth. All right, so pretty much when the button is pressed, first of all, I want to look around it for some, what are they called? I'm trying to look around. The info decals. Um, all the info decals I want to be called not splat placer, whatever this is called, splat decal. All right, so they'll all be called that, and pretty much when a connection is made and a button is pressed, my plan is that the button will pretty much change the name of everything connecting to it. So everything, like all the decals near it, it'll change the name of those. All of those will change the name of those, and it'll pretty much spread out, change the name of everything that's in range of each specific one. And then before the name is changed back, which I'm gonna maybe save all of them that are included in an array. I'm not sure about that. That's something I just might end up using. It's a tool at my disposal. I don't actually remember why I was thinking of doing that because I don't think I'll actually need it. But anyway, change the name. Then maybe in like one of like either this instance or the little orange instance right here, which of course is not an instance yet, but it will be. Have a texture toggle that specifically all right. I'll probably name it like Splat Connected. Not the texture toggle. The like I'll have the button change the name of all the connected decals to Splat Connected, and then I'll do the texture toggle on Splat Connected, and then on unpress. No, I might need more than one, because I was thinking of this. It's just like a quick in and out thing, but maybe not. I have to rethink things for a second. But before I do that, of course, I just want to go on with my thought. Pretty much um, change the name of all the connected ones back to when the input is finished. Set the connected names back to the Splat decal. And actually, I remember what I was actually planning on doing is using a unique string to just append to the end of the name for each one, and then just save that name as a static variable. And I would actually like to test and see if a static variable is going to be unique over just one entity or several entities. That's one thing definitely worth trying. So let's actually just do a little test here. Just a little test. Output given, and this is not going to be something that's going to stick with it. This isn't going to be something that's going to be used. It's just something for me to just test and just make sure. Actually, I'll do that real quickly. I don't even need to do that on screen once. Okay, so I just wrote that down, and pretty much what I'm hoping will happen is that the static variable will be completely local to the entity that's calling it. All right, so like say button count will increase each time. So like this one, whenever you press it, it'll become 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And then say if after this is 4, then I go to this one, then it'll be 1, then 2, then 3, and then stop at 3, go back to this one, it goes to 5. Pretty much just keeping track of it all on its own. If that is the case, then I can just use a static variable to remember the string that's assigned to the the connected the names of the connected decals that are connected to the button. All right, which of course should only be hopefully able to be called once, or called once, then it erases them. It still keeps the name. Hopefully, we'll see if this works. And then when this is pressed again, it checks for anything connected again and puts it to the same exact name. That is ideal. All right, and hopefully this can be as dynamic as possible. Let me just get started and run the map real quickly, and we'll see if this works as planned. All right, so big moment time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so output given does not exist. Did I not save? I saved. Output given. Oh, is there something wrong here? Did I do something wrong with this? Output given. That's the name that I used. And let's see, button count. Let's try equals button count plus 1. All right, and what if also I did local here? Local. All right, let's try that. Of course, I don't have to recompile anything, so just restart. And all right, let's take a look. Expected end of line on line 22, line 220. Can also try putting at the or outside of any functions, maybe. All right, so let's try putting it here. And then erasing this right here. That might work. Restart. Okay, so I just pressed it. Is there any? I don't see any errors. Oh, 1, 2. Okay. And then, is there a 3 more recently, or is there? Oh, 1. Okay, there's 2. The 2 right there. Any I don't I don't see anything after that. Is there a there's no index output given doesn't exist. Okay, okay, that's probably there. Why not? All right, just to make it a lot easier to test, let's let's whoops. Okay, in here, let's stop this from being called. All right, let's go to inputs, logic auto, uh, paint template not. Just to cut that off, I can easily put that back, and now it'll be easier to work with the names here. Now, this is the exact same. Oh, yeah, because I copied that. Um, right, but then this doesn't have the entity script. All right, so let me just add that real quickly. Should be right here. Okay, so now I've got no more pesky stuff going. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Yes, 2, 4, 3. Yes. Okay. So static variables, as long as they're not now just to test it, I'm going to change it to a global variable right now and then see if it's what did I exit? Whatever. Oh, it should be down here. Yep. So let me just change that to a global variable now. Just doing this because I have not actually tested this before. I probably shouldn't be doing it as part of the episode, but you get to see me learn, and hopefully you can learn too. Unless of course you already know scripting, which not many people seem to. So maybe this will be pretty useful for you. Hopefully. All right. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I've always suspected that that was the difference between static and global variables, but never actually tested that myself. So now that I actually do know that, we can definitely use that inside the scripts, which is so useful, so very useful. All right. So I'll just be setting that as the static variables. The static variable that I just got right here, button count. That's probably not going to be useful, but maybe something like button string. Except let's try spelling string correctly. I think that might help a little bit more. And also not make it a global variable. Okay, so let's see here. You obviously don't need any of this because this was just for testing. Don't need that. So let's actually start off by getting everything in its range. That is called what was it called? Something like decal splat decal. Let me just get the exact name right here real quickly. Splat decal. Okay, and I'll just for a second put that right here as just a comment, and I'll probably remove that later, but it's not going to do anything the way it is. All right, so let's start off with find by name nearest, and let's do it appropriately so it doesn't actually break Portal and stuff like that. Entities dot find by name within. All right, and for the first one, that's going to be null, and for the second part, that's going to be the name. I'm of course going to want to double check this and make sure I'm spelling everything right and doing the order of uh, the parameters or arguments or whichever these ones are called. Making sure those are in the correct order. So the name, actually, I already got it there. All right, and I'm actually going to save this as local. Yeah, local. What, nearest local nearest splats. Why not? And that is equal to the entities found by name within null splat decal. Let me just quickly double check that and make sure that I have everything right there. Should be okay. That's the, oh, no, I'll test that later. Um, I need to get to the site real. All right, so I'm very glad that I checked, because I was doing that completely wrong. So let's try that again. Copying this over, it's the null and then the string and then vector. You know what? Do I? I don't. Let me just copy this just in case I got part of it wrong. Okay, so then there's the coordinates that it's the center from, which I'm just going to do self.origin, and then there's the float, which is it's it's a distance, right? It's a radius, which I'm going to have that for this part because it's going to be coming from stuff like buttons and any outputs or output providing entities. All right, so that's not what I'm trying to open. All right, right here. Find by name within. That looks like I did that completely right. All right, so self dot get origin for the center, and then for the radius, that's just going to be 192. All right, and now when this is going to be uh, two different gel splats that it's working with, which is the output spread, and that's going to do 384. Yeah, 384. And the reason for that is so that you don't have to have two gel splats like right next to each other in order for them to spread. You can like have them just like barely touching, and they'll still spread. So pretty much it allows it to look like it's touching. I'm sure you get the picture by now. Hopefully, um, if not, I'm sure you'll see it later if you stick along, which would be pretty nice. All right, so we have the local nearest splats. All right, and that is the nearest splat, and then all right, I wanna create a loop. So let's see. Let's actually do this just a little bit differently. I've got an idea. I don't know if it'll work, um, but it will look pretty cool if it does work. So instead of this, I'm just going to put null here. It's equal to null. That's a horrible idea. Who thought of that idea? That's awful. Okay. So no, because I'm going to do a while it's not equal to null. That's just not going to work. Okay, so pretty much I'm going to do a sample first, and then I'm just going to continue with a while loop. All right, so first of all, I'm going to set its name to. Actually, if I set its name, no, but then I'll still be effectively using a null loop. All right, so nearest splats. Let me just make sure I spelled that exactly correctly. Yes, good. Good. All right. Dot. No, I don't think there's a set name. So I'm just going to fire int by handle. Fire int by handle. And I can get that from here. Fire int by handle. Int fire by handle. There we go. Glad I checked that. Okay. And where do we have this right here? All right, fire int by handle. This is going to be the nearest splat, and I want it to change its name pretty much. So that's just going to be add output, and well, that's going to have to be a string actually. So add output, then target name, and then I want its target name to be splat connected. Connected. There we go. And I don't think any. Yeah, I don't want any delay at all there because this is where I'm changing the name. Then in that little bit of a delay right afterwards, that's when I'll want to actually send the output. All right, so let's just do 0, and then for the activator, just there's no real reason for Should it be an activator? I don't think so. Let's just do null for both of those. I might end up switching that. I'm actually not sure which one's an activator and what the other null does there, to be fair. We'll find out eventually. I think I've actually seen it before on another site here, but it's not important for now. Both being null should work. Although it might be a cool tool later, but uh, we'll see whenever I find out. All right. So now the while loop. All right. So while uh, nearest splats is not equal to null. All right, because it's not equal to null right now. So let's get a little bit of an indent here, and I'm pretty much going to want to do the exact same thing except without the local. All right. Control V, Control C, and Control V, and the null right here is going to need to be splat decal. No, not splat decal. Who thought that was a good idea? Nearest splat. Nearest splat. All right, so there it will look for the first one after nearest splat in the index, and then it'll go again, look for the one after the new nearest splat in the index. Pretty much it will change all of them that are connected or that are nearby to splat connected, which sounds pretty good. Okay, and then pretty much I want the same exact type of thing on the next place. First of all, I want to fire ent this one right here after all the changes, and then this is also going to be on a little bit of a delay so that it can keep the names. All right, and there it is. Okay, don't know why that was so difficult for me. All right, and the target is going to be the new name that it's going to have, so that's going to be splat connected, and the action is going to be run script code. That's going to be in a string. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, run script code, and then that's going to be the output spread, which is going to be very similar to this one in build. Output spread, and then the delay, I don't want that much of a delay, so let's just do 0.01, and then for activator that's just going to be null. Should that be null or should that be self? Now let's just do null. Alright. So let's just copy and paste this. Alright. Control C. This none of these are okay, actually I don't want I that's not quite right yet. So I want because there's actually a reason why I have this output given. So let's do all right. Button string. Let's just do equals, and that will just be splat connected, and then right before the end, that's going to be. Let's get the unique string from here. Okay. And I'm actually not sure how to, or what the argument here is going to be. So, or the parameter is going to be. So I'm just going to do a little bit of research. 1 second. Okay, so I found some neat, or a neat example in a Cintificator script, which is of course where I always go for uh, scripting stuff that I don't know how to do, to just see what it looks like in context, because that has like everything. Almost. Of course, I didn't find that in a Sanctificator script. I found that in a comment section about a Sanctificator script that I just happened to save as a bookmark, fortunately. I always thought I would need that bookmark. I just didn't know why. Until now. It's a very useful bookmark now. I'm very happy. Um, so, button string, and then I can just use target name plus button string. So, okay, so button string, let's grab button string, good. Come forth button string. Where am I? Oh, right. I need to do both actually. Okay, let's, I feel like I'm in the wrong area. Find my name. Here's, okay, target name, split, okay, there it is. Yeah, I was in the wrong area. And then this will, of course, have to be a plus. Plus. There we go. I think I'll did Control instead of Shift. Alright, let's just spread that out a bit. Plus button string. That looks right. Okay. Target name plus button string. And then target name. Let me just copy the same thing over here. Alright. Copy and paste. And this will have to be a little bit further up, actually. No, it won't. Yes, it will. I mean, but I'm just thinking that would work so much better right here. It's plat connected plus unique string, and hopefully that'll be a unique string between the two. Yeah, of course that would be a unique string between the two buttons that are using this. Should be. I'd be really surprised if it wasn't. That'd be a little pointless. Okay, so let me just look over this real quick. Okay, so here's something worth getting rid of. Okay, and also found another problem using near splat and near splats. It's two different parts. There we go. So now near splats is all the same right now from what it looks like. Yep, local well, one right there, and find by name within. Okay, and then that's just a null. That's why that's not there. Okay, this is looking good. All right, and I'm thinking that I can copy this to right here. I'm thinking that it'll be for the most part the same. The 192 of course needs to be the 384. 384 and 384. Okay, what else needs to change? Actually it does look like this up here needs to also be copied because it needs to just continue the spread. Alright, and let's see. Alright, so let's actually go back to Hammer for a bit. And in here, I just want to create a texture toggle inside this little box right here. Alright, so let's just create an object, and I want to make it a texture toggle. Texture toggle. There it is. We're done there. Good. And I'll name this. Why don't I just start with the ats now, because I'm going to be using them heavily later. Might as well change or lower the amount that I need to fix later on. Alright, so that'll be at splat toggle. Splat toggle. That looks good. It looks fair. Alright, and then target brushes is going to be, let me just copy and paste it real quickly. That's going to be, should be up here, splat connected. No, because splat connected is not the name of them. It's going to be splat connected plus the unique string, so that actually has to be set from in here. So now we do have this. I'm just going to have that blank and can set. Alright, so okay, so let's just put something temporary in here just so it ends up in Smart Edit. Okay, target. Okay, that's pretty easy. So target. Alright, and then in here, well, first of all, this is going to be at splat toggle. Let's just start off with splat toggle. The target, I can keep that in mind. At splat toggle. Toggle. Never mind. Alright, so from in here, because this one is going to be the one that's going once. So let's do an int fire. at splat toggle, and then after that it's going to be add output. Yep. Oh, need that at the beginning and end. Alright, so add output, and then it's going to be the parameter, which is target, and then plus, or is it the button string. Okay, and then it's the delay, which, do I want any delay? No, no reason for a delay there. No reason at all. That's just going to slow things down. 0 point, no, just 0. Alright, and then no. Alright, and okay, so that's going to set that up. Hopefully that, yeah, that should replace what's in there, not add to what's in there. So that should be good. As I'm writing this, I'm already seeing problems with this, but I'm hoping that what I can do is just change the name like immediately without any delay. I'm going to start off with using the delays as I'm doing, and then just seeing if that works, and if it does, then I'm going to go back and try to take out delays wherever I can and see if that works. Now let's get it to actually switch the texture. So already in this right here, let's just take away the A from there. There's nothing, actually let me just delete that completely. Go back to Smart Edit, it's okay, it's still there. And let's look at what we have here. It's increment in texture index, which is the output that I want to send to it. So let's go in here and let's pretty much do the same thing. Let me just save that real quickly. Okay, and let's grab that. Alright, it's going to be the same name, and I'm going to use this right here instead of add output. Alright, this does not need to be there. This is just going to be that right there. 0 and null. Should it be 0? No. Let's actually start off with a very large number, just so as many can get picked or can be changed over as possible. Alright, so this looks very good so far. Only problem I can see that could stop this from working is the fact, the fact that nearest splats will be a null at some points. I don't see anywhere where that would break the script to need the nearest splats. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be pretty good. Alright, and this is outside of the while loop right here, which is good because it only needs to be done once. Yeah, that looks good. So let's try this out in game and see if it works. Very excited. Okay, in game now. And, ooh, I forgot to, never mind, not in game yet. 1 second. Okay, now we're in game. And that's working. Let's just get this to end up really close to the button. And then get a few going near it. Okay, and then get that far away. And, big moment. Big moment was a failure. ViewScript do end fire was passed to an invalid instance. Okay. And that isn't the type of error that, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm experienced with, that's not the type of error that breaks it. So what it looks like is, yeah, and then it's null, which is the problem. And okay, so this just is not finding anything. So find by name within. Okay, so there's more than one way to skin a cat. Let's take a look back at the list right here. And let's, what was it again? So I'm pretty sure that I've actually had problems with find by name nearest and find by name within already. So I don't know what the problem is, but there's also um, can also use decals that might conflict with other things, but then again, what decals would it really conflict with? I think if somebody was going like uh, really hard with decals, which I'm not going to be doing that, I suppose. So yeah, I'm just going to do for class name within. All right, instead, and hopefully that will work a ton better. So I don't even need to change most of it. I mean, it's mostly the same: handle, string, vector, float. All right, so yeah, pretty much I just need to take this, and then I just need to change the handle. Um, no, I don't need to change. I need to change the string. Just kidding. All right, that's also not what I'm trying to press. Okay, so change by name, find by name within. I'm gonna have to change all four of these. All right, find by class name within. Find by class name within. Find by class name within. And find by class name within one more time. Okay, and then this is going to have to be a info decal, I think it's called. Let me just copy the exact name so I'm not making any stupid mistakes. It's always good, or always not good, supposedly. All right, info decal right here. All right, so let's in here. Where am I? Here. Okay, info decal on all of these. All right, so of course the weakness to this is that we could end up with yeah, could end up with some problems with it running into actual decals. But then again, I can always just go ahead and add um, some more like if statements and just check and make sure that it's not before continuing on. I can do that later. I just want to try to get this working at first, and then I want to start like uh, debugging possible bugs and making this work better over time later. All right, so that looks a lot more promising. So let's try this. I don't think I have to recompile. I don't think I did anything. So restart. What was that recompile? Recompile speed. Oh, never mind. Restart. I'm not sure what that recompile speed was. Probably wasn't important at all. Okay. Alright, got our line here. Doggone it. Alright, what's the problem though? Okay. DoEndFire was passed to an invalid entity instance. Okay. DoEndFire is the endfire by handle. It's obviously the first one because nothing is showing up. So, oh, okay. Near splat, which should have already been right here. Or first, okay, so find my class name within is not working either. Unless, of course, I'm doing something completely wrong. It's definitely within 192. Let me just take, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right on there. So that's not the problem. Alright, so what else could be the problem? Info decal, that looks right. Self.getOrigin, 192 from there. Find my class name within. Yeah, it looks like I'm just doing something wrong, I suppose. Alright. So while this isn't working either, I am also thinking that uh, I am going to want to do by name within, uh, like what I was trying to do before, or name nearest, or whatever. I'm going to want to do by name in some way because I don't want to start getting like different signal paths confused. So like say if somebody gets like say from a button to a door covered, presses the button, and then all that turns yellow, and then say like then they start placing like say another button to another door and then it like crosses the path of the original one. I don't like that would really bug things up if I did things by class name with info decal, because then you'd be changing the the color of the original back, and that just it wouldn't work very well. So by name is definitely what needs to be done. I still have the name right here. Unfortunately, it's not working. Obviously, it's my own fault. It's something I'm doing. I'm not sure what. I hopefully will know what very shortly, though. So, what if there's some fix-up going on? Is what I'm wondering. So it's splat decal. I'm thinking at the end of splat decal each time. What if I... That is not what I meant to do. Okay. What if I just add the little asterisk right after each one? Where's the... There's the next one. Come forth. Right. Hopefully that'll get all of them and nothing else. We'll see. We'll see. You start. Alright. Alright. So from here. Ba-doom. 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 Then you go that way. I got it. Alright. Pest. Okay, so it's still null, so it didn't catch it. No changes, no progress. I got it. What else? What else could there? Let's just try nearest instead. See if that helps. Let's pull that up. By name nearest. Let's just copy it just to make sure that it's all right. Here, it's see entities, so it should be entities dot, which I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, entities dot. All right, and let's just search that name nearest. Name nearest. I'm pretty sure everything else is going to be the same in all of the parameters. So let's give that a shot. Okay. Oh dear. I covered. Okay. There we go. Okay. No change. Encountered an error in run script on line 122. That is promising. It is promising. Or it would be promising if it weren't the exact same line. Alright, find by name nearest. What are the parameters for... Okay, string, vector, float. I see, okay, so nearest won't work because I'm trying to run through. That's frustrating. That's pretty frustrating. Alright, so... Need to go back to within, definitely. So let me just copy that and make sure... Okay. Copy that and make sure that that's all done correctly. Within, 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 within. Because I don't think I copied it before. Gonna try it again. And just to save time, I just tried it again on my own, and it didn't work. Didn't think it would work, so that's why I felt comfortable doing it. So I guess what's still going on, of course, is that this find by name within is just not finding anything. So okay, it's within 192 from self.getOrigin. And okay, that makes perfect sense. That's how it is. And that's things with the name that at least begins with splat decal. Now let's just make sure that splat decal is exactly what is in Hammer. Alright, splat decal doesn't look any different, but I guess might as well check. Maybe I had something wrong. I don't know. See you in game. Well, moment of truth. Missed it. Nope, nothing. And yep, to identifier was passed on an invalid entity instance. Okay, so still, actually, that's not exit this time. Yep, still not finding it. Alright, let's try something new. Within is not working, so let's just try find by name and see if that works. Alright, find by name. and find by name. Now, my thought is I can find something by name, and then if that thing that I've found by name is like within the distance, and I've got a decent distance formula that I can just easily just put in this, copy even copy and paste into this. Um, I should be fine for that. You know, and if that's the case, if it is within the distance of 192, then run everything with it. All right, so let's try that. Restart. This will hopefully work. I shouldn't say probably. Hopefully. Okay. Badoon. 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 Okay. Just get those out of the way. Okay. What's wrong here? Okay. Button 2 on line 122. 122. At least now I can look for other errors. Never mind. Never mind. Oh. There. Okay. Yep. There's the problem. Alright, let's just control X on that. And let's take away the asterisk too. And do the same thing with the other ones. Doom. Get rid of the asterisk. Take away everything else here. And same thing right here. Because the find by name only has 2 parameters. So that was just me being an idiot. Start. Alright, got this. Oh. What did I do? I messed something up completely. Here we go. Is that the only mess up? Yeah, that's what it looks like. That was the only mess up. Let's restart. But just to say, I'm very happy that when I didn't see that, my first thought was, oh, is the gel not enabled in the map anymore? Which of course that has absolutely nothing to do with it. So all that means to me is that this gel is very realistic. I don't even know why I'm doing that actually. Why am I doing that? Okay. Oh, I'm pressing 3 instead of B. Okay. I don't see any problems. I feel... Oh. No, okay, was passed to an invalid entity. So, that still didn't get anything, which means that the within isn't the problem. So let me just control Z code a bit. Defined by name within. Okay. So, the problem is not the... This is what it kind of looks like, is that the problem is that the find by name just doesn't work with, or even find by doesn't work at all with the decals. Which, if that is the case, I'm going to be a little upset. Let me look a bit about it. Okay, so I do have an idea. I don't like it. But from what it looks like, by the fact that none of the find by whatevers are finding any decals, from what I can tell, which maybe they can, and I'm just doing something wrong, possibly. If that's the case, I have saved a copy of this in the same folder. Hopefully either this new idea will not take all that much work, or I find out before too long that I'm just doing something stupid, and just stupid and wrong. Alright, so I'm just gonna create another function, and this function, what this will do is it will create a decal at any position that's in the argument as a vector, and that will pretty much, let's see, where's that before the oh yeah, splat maker spawn into origin floor place vector. That will take the it'll take the place of this right here, and it'll use the argument floor place for the position that will be spawned, and it will also, if everything goes right, it'll save it into a global array. Right, and so I'll be able to access that and just quickly go through and find anything with the name Splat Decal, which and find anything with the name Splat Decal and anything that is within a certain range from the origin of the button or whatever is activating it. So hopefully that works. It's a lot more work than I was hoping to do, but that's what it looks like needs to be done because these decals don't seem to be being able to be found, and that's really unfortunate, but let's get started on making this function. Alright, so function create splat. Alright, and this will be position. Why not? Alright, and oops. No. I pressed tab instead of shift. Lovely. Come on. Alright. There we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is um, create by class name. Alright, so this is also entities.create by class name, so let's do that in here. And this will allow me to actually save it to a variable right here and right now, which I'll then put into the array. Okay, so new splat, local new splat. New splat is equal to entities dot create by class name, and the class name is info decal. Okay, and again, I think that I think that the name will have to be used but created with a fire by and fire by handle. Let me just make sure that there's no name creation stuff in here. That might make that a little easier. One second. Okay, yeah. So no names. That still should be fine. Just copy it from here. All right. So I'm gonna create the name. And fire by handle. It's not gonna be near splat, of course. It's gonna be new splat. Splat. Is the same thing? Probably. No, it's not. And that's why. Glad I caught that. Now it's the same thing. Okay, good. Then add output target name plus, let me just get rid of that. Don't need that here. Target name is splat decal. And definitely 0 null null. That sounds right. Okay, I'm gonna do this again to create the other stuff to go in there. So let me just take a look at what else there is that this needs to be. So turn off smart edit. Low priority 1. That looks like a good idea. Low priority. Okay, and so that's going to be low priority. That's going to be 1. That looks right. And let's copy this all again. What else needs to be in here? Okay, target name, we already have that. Angles, not important at all. Texture, that's very important. Texture. Okay. Ooh, I pressed Control T. Not sure what that did. Control V. Okay, and then the 1 will be all of this. Okay, grab that. Okay, and what is after that? Let's just create the next line first of all. Okay, vscripts. Okay, because yeah, each one's going to be running a vscript. Alright, might as well put that in line with the others. I feel like an idiot. Okay. No, I don't. I don't feel like an idiot anymore. Now I feel like an idiot for feeling like an idiot before. So vscripts, and then all of this for the value. Okay, so grab all of it. Good. Not good. Not good anymore. Now it's good again. Okay. Good. Easy way to select everything. Okay. And that... Okay, let's get rid of the vscripts here. Was that everything though? Yep. Okay, that's everything. Target name, angle's not important. Target name is important, it's in. Texture is important and it's in. And vscripts is important, it's in. Low priority is probably important, potentially. Okay. And also need an origin, which I'm not finding. Set, I'll just do set origin. Yeah, I'll just do set origin. Alright, just trying to find, there it is. Okay. So new, ooh, come on. New splat dot set origin position. Let's make sure that's the same, and set origin I've typed enough times to know that that's right. Alright, that looks good. Looks good. Now I just need to put it into an array. Alright, this new line. Let's actually create the array up here with this. Alright, and this is going to be splat list is equal to, alright, and let's just do the square brackets. Alright, and so from here, splat list, and let's say dot append. Feel like I'm not spelling append correctly, so let me just look that up. Yeah, I spelled it correctly. Alright, just always nervous about spelling things in programming languages, because I never spell things correctly. Just never, apparently. Alright, so, but I mean, this time I did, apparently, so I guess that's fair. Alright, so I'm going to put new splat in there. Alright, and this is a handle, so it should, yeah, it should just store the entity itself. Alright, so now I've got the create splat position, and let's try replacing. Okay, where's the part where it sends the, or it places, okay, right here. So let's do this instead. Create splat from floor place. Okay. And let's make sure that floor place goes into it well. Position goes right here. Set origin, position, full place. Okay. Let's test to see if that works. I hope it does. I mean, we'll be able to see how like the array is working, and how well, things can go into that and how well we can pull things from that. But what we will be able to see is if it's actually creating it the way I want it to create it. All right, which would be awesome. I'm not expecting it to work. It's just a breath of fresh air. Just that would just so happen to work. Oh my goodness. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Okay, so since that's there, I can just try to look through the array now. I'm assuming each new one is going into the array. So let's pull here. Okay, and this should be this should be a global variable, so I can look through the arrays of like everything. Okay, hopefully that doesn't break it. I'd be really surprised if it does. So I'm just gonna not pretend. Just gonna assume that it won't break it. I'm gonna pretend that it won't break. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's actually create a function for this. Function. Look for look for the splats. Look for splats. That seems fair. And should I do it with a specific name? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that with a specific name. Alright, and I'll just put name right in there. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. So let's just set up the little squiggly boxes. Okay. Okay, so I also noticed this needs a bit of uh, globalization right here. And let's start off with getting the length of the array. I'm definitely falling asleep here. All right. Um, I really want to get this part, where the connected parts light up. I want that at least partially done by the time that I call it a night for today. All right. So it's going to be splat list dot length, and see, I want this to be local complete is equal to splat list length. Okay, and then all right. So what am I? I'm creating a for loop. So for, okay, and then that's going to be I is equal to 0. Local I is equal to 0. Right. And then I believe that's a symbol that's used here. For as long as I is less than, is it less than or equal to? Let's do less than or equal to. If errors start coming up, then I'll know. If errors wouldn't come up and I did just less than, then that would be a problem because I'd always be missing out of one, which I might not notice in any playtesting, but could end up being a problem later on. So I'm just going to do this and hope there's no error. Okay, so as long as that is less than complete, and then each time add 1 to I. Okay, and for here I'm just going to try to find or try to look up one with the name. All right, so the name is name. Okay, Fair enough. I'm going to want name to be a string. So that's going to be if. Let me actually organize this a little bit better. There we go. And that's going to be if the splat list at position I is dot get name. If that is equal to name, then okay. Then let's actually use 2 lines here. So that then first of all, I'm going to return. Oh, I wonder if returning would stop. Well, we'll see errors if it doesn't. If it doesn't, then I'll put a break in. All right, so return, I guess, splat list at position I. Okay. Looks good. And then here, let's go back up to, to given outputs. And let's instead here use pretty much the same thing, except this is going to be equal to, okay, look for splats with the given name. Where is it? Where did I put? So here we go. And that given name is going to be splat decal. Okay. Now I'm going to just copy this for each one. Alright, so here's splats. Look for splats, splat decal, and then also do the same thing here. Local near splats, look for splat decal, and again here. Okay, and this isn't going to look for this isn't going to look for the distance yet, but I can work with that. I can probably even put the distance in here, as maybe another argument. But let's try and see if it works. If this works, not including the distance, I think that's good enough for today. If it doesn't, I'll probably push myself a little more. But I feel like my mind's turning off a little bit because I woke up pretty early in this morning. So wasn't expecting to, so I stayed up late the previous night. Let's just move these around a little bit. Okay, it doesn't need to be by the button, but I'm just going to put them by the button anyway. Alright. Something has gone awry. Okay, 166 for look for splats and 125. Alright, what's on 166? First of all, 166 if splat get name is equal to name. Why is this a problem? Alright. Splat list is what I've been using the entire time, right? Yep. Alright, and I is incrementing each time. Well, obviously the for loop is working somewhat. If the get name is equal to name. Okay, why would that be a problem? Is it like having trouble finding... Maybe I'll find the problem if I look for the other part, possibly. Alright. Error card index does not... Is that a 0? Not sure. Alright. 125. What's on 125? 125. Oh, this is a lot early. Aha. Okay, yep. That's going to be a problem because there is something wrong with this on this line. Okay. Not on this line. On this line. Okay, and is that a problem because it gets to the end? So let me try getting rid of the equal to right here. Maybe that will solve all my problems. That would be amazing. Restart. Okay, to end fire was passed on an invalid entity instance. That is a lot better. It's still a problem. Okay, no errors at all. So I'm very confused. Let me just take another look around. Actually, you know what? This would be actually a lot easier to do if I was more awake and more in the mindset to do this. So what I'm actually going to do is just call this done now and just continue tomorrow when I can think much more clearly. All right. So this doesn't feel like it's been a lot of progress until, of course, you look at all of this that's been done this turn plus or not this day, um, which is actually quite significant looking. So that doesn't feel like there's been any changes because nothing new has happened here except maybe the spot is a little bit bigger, but it 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 still is quite a bit. So I guess I should be a lot more satisfied than I am just because of that. So with that in mind, I guess I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.